right, welcome to Zilla Perspectives. I am your host, Beat Zilla, PDX official, and today, I know it's been a minute, so we have a few clips to react to today and give our commentary on it. But I want to set this first one up. Well, actually, we're going to set this entire broadcast up with this first particular video, and then go down the line and see if it holds weight. Shall we begin? Please like and share this particular broadcast. Oh, and this is a dual airing. So this is actually Zilla Perspectives, the video and channel, but this is also right now on the Independent Black Voice channel. So if you are watching this on the Independent Black Voice channel, please come over and subscribe to Zilla Perspectives. These type of videos will not always be airing on this platform, but wanting to gain more traction to the second channel. So we are airing these next probably few videos on both channels to get you guys over here. So starting right off the rip with this particular video, which this sister says that some of our women have been raised to hate black men. Let's see what she has to say.
Men. Women who had so much unresolved pain, bitterness, and trauma that they pass that hatred down. Nobody want to talk about it because it disrupts the narrative that women can do no wrong. But be honest, how many of y'all grew up hearing, don't depend on no man, all men are dogs, don't let no man play with you, men only want one thing? But not once did they tell you how to choose a good man. Not once did they tell you how to communicate with a man. Not once did they tell you that not all men are your enemy. The wild part about it is most of those women wasn't healing. They was projecting. They was recruiting you into their war against men that they started, that they lost, and that they never recovered from. Now whole generations of women is out here fighting battles that they never experienced, blaming men they never even met, getting into relationships already angry at somebody who isn't even in the room.
It sounds like we have a lot of that, and there's been a lot of that out here. And so I want to go over some of these other videos. I mean, now some of y'all might disagree with what she just said, but she gave a thorough breakdown of all the areas to where she could recognize what she was taught and she recognized what she wasn't. And so, and looking at her shirt, she's obviously God-fearing. So she's just telling you the truth. Now, again, some people may say circumstances and whatnot, but what she said, the unhealed trauma thing, there's some real truth to that. And you end up projecting. And there's a video that I just recently saw pop up that I think leans into what she just said about the unhealed woman bringing her trauma. Oh, by the way, she said men. She didn't preface with black men, but she said women have been raised to hate men. And then you get up and realize that, you know, you are dating people that you weren't really properly educated on how to interact with, nor have you really dealt with your own issues. And that could be for a man, most definitely, and that most definitely could be for a woman. And so I just want to look at this video and see if any of what she just said applies.
This is not my usual content that I do. I'm typically private. I don't really talk on here, but I need to get this out my system. I need to get it out. And it just may help another person, it may just help another woman, it may help a man. But for the love of God, men, if you are not ready for a woman, if you are not ready for commitment, if you are stuck in lustful ways, if you have things that you need to heal from the past, if you have brokenness in you that you know will break another woman, if you have anything inside of you that needs to be healed, please, for the love of God, leave women alone. Leave them alone. You all are breaking us.
You have to admit, this is a person who is dealing with more than just this particular situation. And her resolve to this situation that she's dealing with is to fire up her camera and get in front of the world and cry to TikTok saying, I usually don't even make videos like this, but I had to share this. Man, please, if you're not ready, ma'am, this is so one-sided, it ain't funny. And you say you're broken. We hear all of what men need to do. Did you put that man in that position of where he felt like game possibly was being ran on him? Because you're going through the motions of all of these other TikTok women and saying, spend money here, spend money there. I'm the table, I'm the prize. If you did that, then you open yourself up to be gamed, because not everybody you're dealing with has to be stupid or green or as heartless and broken as you. Because see, we often don't examine these videos with the understanding that these people were dealing with the people they attract. And here she is crying, broken. She was pretty close to fragile if this little situation sent her over the edge. Just saying.
You all are breaking good women. and I'm not even the types of cry, but I'm just so frustrated. I have no one to talk to about this, but I need to get this out for a young woman who may be in the same situation or the same boat as me. Girl, get up and
girl, don't get on the internet. Get therapy. So if you are in the same situation as she is, girl, go get therapy. Don't get on the internet on TikTok and make a video crying your eyeballs out. No, don't do what she's doing. Do something else. Because the rest of the world don't need to see you in another failed relationship. That's not a good look neither. But let her continue.
go. Get up and go. Go. Leave. Leave now. Don't sit and endure another moment. Don't endure anything. Don't stop forgiving so much over things that you know you should have walked away from. Stop it. Stop. Stop. You're not going to get anywhere. Anywhere at all. I'm a living example of this. My relationship may look so perfect, but no. I am traumatized. I am traumatized to the T. I am broken from a man who was not healed before he met me. I am broken. Broken. I've endured for over a year with things that I've never dealt with in my life.
As a person who got almost 3 decades in, I'm sorry, I can't really cry about a year. But I get it. Again, though, this is a one-sided video, and a lot of her venting about, it almost sounds like he broke up with her, because she's saying trauma she dealt with for a year, and he wasn't this and he wasn't that. But here she is making a video. This gives the impression that he's dipped. And now she's broken for what she's endured for a whole year, she said. Does this give am I wrong? Am I reading this wrong? Does this give you the impression that she has broken up with him? Because she most definitely hasn't said that. I think even if she wanted to allude that she broke up with him, that would have been done by now. But for all of this crying that she's doing and being broken, I have the sneaking suspicion he left her. So what's the reasoning? See, again, don't listen to a girl in her pain not telling you the story of what really happened. She's sitting up here because obviously their relationship is over. This is a broken heart that unfortunately is trying to encourage other women not to seek their relationship. Ma'am, your relationship is not anyone else's. You needed to not make this video. But let's go.
I had 2 miscarriages back to back.
Damn.
And I was crying and asking God, why me? Why does this keep happening? Why is this not working out for me? Because it's not the time. God was literally protecting me. God was literally protecting me. I'm already a single mom to 1. God was literally protecting me. Protecting his daughter from another heartbreak, from another man who I would have been a baby mother to.
Again, ma'am, I'm sure you'll get a lot of people in your comments that will tell you a bunch of things. But the one thing that this video screams is neither one of you were ready for a relationship. And that's one of those things that both of you are going to have to be accountable for. You weren't ready either. You can say you were a good woman, and that may be. But you haven't healed from what's going on with you. And you just made reference to your previous relationship and the fact that you're a single mother, and God spared you from being a single mother again by way of your 2 miscarriages. So look at it this way. You had 2 miscarriages, not 2 abortions. There's no blood on your hands. You kind of walk away guilt-free. There's the saying that say, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But when the Lord is looking out for you like that, this should be more of a praise report than teary-eyed that you lost contact with this demon. Clearly, you didn't need to be in this relationship, and you need to take your wins how they come. And this situation, sis, is a win. If he wasn't ready, you weren't ready. The best thing that happened in this was probably those 2 miscarriages. Because obviously you were forcing an issue that never should have been. So you kind of winning in this aspect. The one thing I would advise to you is go get counseling, and whatever you do, Don't go back dealing with this fella. And maybe you say you don't have anybody to talk to. What's that about? You don't have anybody? Like, how did you get there where you don't have anybody to talk to? That's kind of odd. I mean, I get it. Circumstances happen. Maybe people have passed in your life. But the one thing you don't want to do is start making TikTok your heart's diary. Just word to the wise. Let's let her finish and we will move on.
God is an intentional God.
Very much so.
He does everything for a reason. Don't ever question him. Ever. Ever. And I can't wait until I look back at this video a year from now and I see how far I've come. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. But I know one thing. I will never endure for another man again. Never. Ever. You don't win anything in the end but a heartbreak and stress and trauma. You will get nothing. Please take it from me. Move on with your life. Please. Please.
Ladies, let me give you this piece of advice. Never take advice from a woman who has just been hurt. Never take advice from a woman who has just been hurt. And like Umar, never take advice from a woman who's been hurt. Especially who's operating in her hurt. Because now, compared to the video that I just played, the first video, going back to the context of it, as much as she could tug on the heartstrings, is it what that lady said in the beginning? Your unresolved trauma is playing out, and now you want other women to feel what you feel while blaming their potential happiness and the male that they could get with, and say, don't get with that, run and leave now because it'll all end like it ended for me. Don't take advice from that. That's bad advice. And she's speaking from a place to where she can't even see anybody else be happy right now. And so that's one of those things. When you see videos like that, you better take that for what it is. Don't you mess your house up. Speaking of homes, there's another video. And this woman has a misconception, I think, of a particular generation. But let's take a look at it.
And I'm doing 70-30. He can pay the big bills and I pay the small ones, like utilities, car insurance, wherever the case may be. I just feel like it's being looked at as a bad thing that a woman doesn't want to do 50-50. But considering, like, when I was a young girl, my granddad took care of my grandma. She never had to work. And back in the day, that was like an actual thing. When a man can retire his wife or his woman, he made it in life, you know. But now it's like, that's not even a goal in life for men anymore. They don't want to be provider or protectors. And I feel like that's why you don't want to be a man for real, you know. Like, I don't understand that logic. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Ma'am, what you are referring to was an old school man in a certain period in time frame. You're talking about your grandparents. Notice that you didn't make that same reference to your own parents. Meaning times have changed. And one thing I can guarantee about your grandmother is she probably most likely was not a single mother. And I'm sure somebody will feel some kind of way about what I just said about, hey, back in the day, the woman who was being taken care of wasn't a single mother. She was the mother of that man's household. And so that's where that order was established. And it's not like that mother was retired. And realistically, a lot what these women don't understand is a lot of black women had to go to work because of the law. That's what's so amazing, that black women be subscribing to feminism. The reason why you had to go to work in the first place is because white women needed domestic help. Black women were having money. So instead of being able to see y'all enjoy your money, especially from your servicemen husbands who could send their money home, oh no, you get over here and be a maid for Miss Ann. Go be a domestic. Because we need you to help America go, because these white women were so helpless. The history of America is a beast. So don't you let these people ever come here and tell you nothing. We don't know, please. But so what she's saying is in a different time frame and different time span. The financial arena isn't really conducive on a main scale. That's what she's saying. That's why is she not living in this lifetime? Maybe she's living with her parents talking like this. Because here she is, and you see her got her stomach out on Instagram. Your grandma wasn't doing that neither. And so your grandmother didn't come, I'm sure, with a high body count, if a body count at all. So to compare yourself to women that you can't be compared to makes no sense. You want something that a woman with a higher standard benefited from. You don't have the same. And when I say standard, that's not my standard. I mean your own personal standard of the way you conduct yourself. You dig? But let's hear it.
For a woman not wanting to work all the time, like give her an opportunity to work on her own goals and help level y'all both up and build a foundation. Like it's not like we're about to be
No. What she just identified was doing her own thing. No, you want that man to be the 100% provider and protector, then he needs your 100% and 1,000% submission. You talk about, well, here, let me do. No. What's that man's order of the day? Because you already said he gets to pay the cost to be the boss. Because you want it as how your grandma had it. Well, that man was the boss. You ain't going to tell me that he wasn't. Who you kidding? He paid all the bills around there and was the protector, but she wore the pants? No. What he got was total submission, which none of you women are out here talking about you are willing to give. So the reason why you got to go 50-50 is because you want 50-50 control. Well, why don't you let me do what I want to do? Well, there's your 50-50, correct? So see, I ain't going 50-50, but let me do my own thing. He got the responsibility of protecting you. You got the duty to be listening and following him. Since you want to refer to a time frame of certain roles, that would be it. Now, how many of y'all are willing to submit to that man if he's doing 100%? Because if you're not willing to give 100%, what you asking for?
on our thumbs just spending the money. No, we're actually going to be doing work, just not working at an actual job where we have to be at all hours of the day like a man does. I don't see what's the problem with that.
Of course you don't. Because what you don't see is order. And what you want is something for nothing. And say, well, it's not like I'm going to be twiddling my thumbs. I'm going to be doing my own thing. being an OnlyFans model on your husband? I don't think so. You fix this audio. Yeah, I don't think OnlyFans is going to cut it. This is just nuts out here. That mentality though, just don't. It's not just her. Here's another example.
Man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for my family. You're the man. You have the penis. Go get a job. Get 3 jobs. My man has 2 jobs. Go get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to buy me the things that I want because I'm a woman.
Absolutely not. Buy you the things that you want because you're a woman? Okay, so breaking it down to money. See, because you have a penis, and so you should work, and I shouldn't have to do anything, and you should just buy me what I want. Again, I pay the cost to be the boss, which requires 1,000% submission from you. When I say move it, you need to move. And when I say make it jump, then you need to get to jumping. That's what we talking about when you guys say, well, he got to pay it all. Well, he's paying the cost to be the boss, not paying the cost to be a loss. What about that side of the game, ladies? Ain't nobody really telling. That's why they get into these relationships and be like, why ain't this working? I got a vagina. Because it takes more than that. And again, remember, these odds out here ain't in your favor. Despite what these magazines and idiot dudes and feminists can tell you, you are outnumbered, ladies, for a quality man. Not a high-value man that's making $5 million a year, because there's got to be thousands of eligible black men out there making over $1 million. You got to get that third world fantasy mindset out of your head. If this guy is a hard worker and dedicated to you and willing to be the best thing for you, then you might need to just give him a look and see how you can make things work, because survival isn't built off of your happiness alone. And what you're building is a business of your own family. This family's coming together with this family, and you are building a new unit and designing a new future legacy for yourselves. Somehow people haven't learned that that is not a TikTok video. It's not. Yet and still, you'll get these individuals on TikToks. And what's so funny to me is you're now starting to get people who are even adopting the looks of other individuals. Like the sister Six the Goddess. We all know her, and we all know the platform that she has been holding down for a little bit. And I guess her being the one and only in that space isn't enough. But looking the part is not the same as being the part.
Winning because they can trick. Stay with me, because culture hyped these guys up so much that they really believe money equals manhood. They think buying women bags make them leaders. They think paying for a lifestyle makes them valuable. They think I can get any girl I want.
Do you know what song is slapping right now out here on the West Coast? Boss like a player, walk like a player, talk like a player. Baby, I'm a player. All the things that she's saying right now have nothing to do with what a man feels is manhood. No, what you're describing is a simp and an incel. So for him having the ability to be around a pretty woman and give you some money for you to do some strange things for a little piece of change, then yeah, he feels like a big man, and he feels, yeah, that'll make that type of guy feel like a man. But a player automatically looks at a trick as weak. So you're saying the trick believes he is powerful, and that's manhood in the trick. No, ma'am. No. That is contraire, mon frere. That is the weak incel simp that this woman is referring to. Ladies, don't fall for this trick, because then you'll be crying like the first one. That's exactly how you get caught up. You walk into a man's presence with this type of belief. He wants to trick on me. There might be somebody to be like, oh, baby, there is a trick in this room, but he ain't me. There's a player here. So with a player being in the space, who's the trick? Wig, lashes, and all. She'll go in that pocketbook and break it. We from the West Coast, baby. We know how these girls get down, but they got to get out there to that East Coast and start telling y'all suckers a dream.
Is some type of badge of honor, when really it's exposing how empty they are inside. Let's talk real. A man can have money and still be spiritually bankrupt. He can have the section and still have no self-control. He can fly girls out and still have no integrity. He can play provider for women he doesn't even respect, but the moment he meets a woman of God, he gets intimidated, not interested. Because tricking does not require character. It does not require discipline. It does not require leadership. It just requires a wallet and a weak spirit. A real man, a godly man, knows that purity, protection, wisdom, and vision make him valuable, not what he can swipe his card for. And listen, stop pretending Miami does not make this worse. This city will have men thinking they're kings because they brought a section. It'll have them believing they're wanted when really they're just funding access to women who don't really want them. They want the lifestyle. But the Bible already warns us in Proverbs 25:28, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Meaning, if a man cannot control his flesh, his money becomes his downfall. He spends to feel powerful. He tricks to feel chosen. He buys attention because he knows he can never earn loyalty. And here's the part most men will never admit. A man who truly loves God does not need to trick to attract a woman. He leads, he builds, he protects, he grows. He commands respect through who he is, not what he buys.
Ooh. Now, there was the pivot I didn't see coming, and she's right. And something else that I'm kind of picking up here. So it goes back to my first reference for my first cut in here. This is a woman that has been around some people with a little bit of ism, shall we say. So from what she just gave you, she gave you trick all the way to the other side. Now, she's giving you the godly reference because obviously that's kind of where she is right now. But she's also got some practical knowledge that she's implementing in here in this conversation. And one could probably suspect that she might have been around been up under some folks at one period of time in her life or another. For those who understand what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, she is giving up gospel game right now. I must say this. She's not lying, ladies. And this is the difference between the trick. And I know a lot of y'all already do know this. But men understand that women are also keen on this. A woman worth her salt anyway. And again, this is right here. You know, it looks like maybe that's the best thing for some dudes is that she's moving in the Lord's business these days. You know, because she got some understanding. I got to say that. Yeah, she got some understanding. and for how she just critiqued Miami and the men, oh yeah, she got some for real understanding. Mm-hmm. So going back to my first point about when I said six to goddess, now it kind of makes sense. Oh, okay, I get it. But hey, praise the Lord. The Lord, it brings about deliverance, and people can be healed, and the Lord can use them in different ways to warn men and women about the immoralities out in the world and how to spot them in unfamiliar territory.
Because hear me, sis, a man can spoil you and still not value you. A man can give you money and still not give you commitment. A man can fly you out and still not see a future with you. A man can do for you and still not choose you. And the crazy part, most of the men who trick the loudest have nothing real to offer a wife. No vision, no discipline, no submission to God, no spiritual covering, just vibes, money, and lust. But when a man actually fears God, he's not out here throwing money just to feel wanted. He's too focused. He's too intentional. He's too submitted, too aware of the assignment on his life to waste time or waste women. So to every man who thinks tricking makes him that guy, it does not. It just reveals that you're not ready for a real woman, a purpose woman, a God-centered woman, a woman who can't be bought because she already knows her worth. So sis, stop confusing a man spending money with a man spending his life with you. One is temporary and one is covenant. Choose the difference. And remember, God does not miss. Some of these
Well, our sister said a mouthful now, didn't she? And I couldn't agree more. She gave a brilliant breakdown. So from beginning to end, I guess the theme of this particular video is the ladies who are most speaking for the Lord seem to have a firm handle on things. And I say from beginning to the end, regardless of what life has looked like for you, there comes a point to where you have to say, what do I want to be? And what am I and what do I want to be? And is what I am where I want, what I want for myself? And so as a person, then you go ahead and self-examine yourself. That will set the standard for who you will be looking for. And because it'll be natural when you meet this person from that standard, because then you get a chance to vibe off of that. But if you're just going off of all of those tantalizing senses, then anything can get your attention. But like, these ladies gave you some game, especially the one at the end. She gave y'all a ton of game on how to evaluate these dudes. You could be flown out and he will not have any kind of real serious business about you, because, hey, I got the money. You're here for fun, not here for marriage. And maybe some of y'all don't be understanding that. So take it from that sister who gave you a suitcase full of game, and take it home, put it on the bed, and unpack it. With that being said, I would like to thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Zilla Perspectives. Zilla Perspectives is a different channel than my independent Black voice. So these are the type of topics we will be talking about on this channel. If you're watching on the independent Black voice, come over to Zilla Perspectives. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell, hit the word all, that way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded or premieres on Zilla Perspectives. With that, this was very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I was really impressed by the last sister that gave a lot of game. And I hope y'all understand when y'all talk about, you gotta buy me this, you gotta buy me that. You should set a price on your interaction. Keep it genuine with him, and he can keep it genuine with you. Moment when you enter in games and playing into the mix, then a player is going to play. Don't play wrong with the player, because then you just end up playing yourself. Till next time, family. Again, like I said, like, share, comment below. Let me know what you think about this particular video. Salute to everybody that's watching this live broadcast. It's a live tape delay broadcast, but nonetheless, it's coming and looking like it's live. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, family. Peace.